Alright, hi. I wanted to make this video about Tanjiro because I don't know how to put this lightly. He is not a real character. Alright. Basically what I mean is like, let's see, what do I mean by that? Basically he doesn't really feel like a character. He doesn't go through like any, well, that's kind of a lie. He does go through struggles and all that, but they don't really like mean too much, if that makes any sense. And let's see, which one is it? So like, I don't know if you can hear that, but whatever. Not this. Not this either. Here we go. I think it should be somewhere around here. So like Tanjiro, whenever he's going through like a serious thing, he basically has a flashback every single time that he's about to like lose. Which I mean, it can work, but this is probably the worst example because it's actually pretty good use. But let's see, where is it? 152. Here we go. Is this it? Let's hope. Let's hope so. Okay, here we go. Like here, he. Here we go. This scene like just kind of annoys me because like he just suddenly gets a whole new power up and becomes a different degree of strength, a different tier of strength. Okay, that does not make grammatical sense. He just enters this whole other tier of strength, like out of the blue, because like he remembered this one time his dad killed a bear, and I joked around with a friend that like this fucking bear is more relevant to the fight than Ryu is, because like, okay, look. Sometimes he uses, I don't know, I need an actual script for this, holy shit. Okay. He just has a lot of plot armor is my point. And it feels so unreal sometimes. Well, actually, I don't know, I think unreal can be a compliment sort of sometimes, but like unrealistic, we'll say. And as a whole, he is just, I don't really like his execution as a character because I think it's 61. He, Jesus, that was loud. Okay, let's see. This blaze is so crazy, bro. Anyways, what the fuck? Hold on a minute. I thought this is the. What the fuck? Wait, holy shit. How the fuck did we get from. Huh? Sorry, I'm so off topic. I'm so off topic right now. Let's just go back to it because like what the fuck? Okay. Oh, this is an extra. Why the fuck is it here? Like what? What is this, bro? What is this? Anyways, it's right before Akaza's introduction, right? Um, this, this right here, this scene really annoys me. This is like unrealistic because like he says protect the passengers, right? And Tanjiro is like the kind of guy who, you know, he wants to save as many people as you can. So what the why? There's this is like not real. Even like okay, sure, you can say that it's fictional and all that bullshit, but like there's a certain extent to where like even like fiction doesn't really justify something unnatural, and that's like with this, right? This thing here. I just don't know. It's really, really weird because yeah, it's just a fucking mess. Also, Inosuke, bro, he's he's my favorite of the main five, but he still has like a shit ton of plot armor. Okay, plot armor. That well, we'll get back to that, right? Okay, 201, I think, right? Why am I saying right as if you can actually contribute? Holy shit. Um, okay, back one page. Here we go. So, basically, chapter 200, Muzan gets defeated. This. I don't know why I didn't mention spoilers. I'm fucking stupid. Okay, okay, that was. I'm just going on a tangent here. Tangent Shiro. Jesus. Okay. Um. Look at this. Okay, so everyone is, you know, celebrating, they're grieving their losses and all that, you know, kind of what you would expect for like the finale of a manga, right? God. Okay, I'm adjusting my hair. There we go. Okay. Holy. This is a really nice scene here, you know, but that's kind of irrelevant to Tanjiro, unfortunately. Well, sort of, I guess, but they all die, and Tanjiro just gets to survive. Well, two Hashira, and then Tanjiro, and then of course the other main cast members, minus Genya because fuck him for whatever reason. I genuinely don't know why Genya is like the only one who actually fucking dies. Like it's really fucking stupid. Okay, I guess you could make the argument that like he doesn't really spend a lot of time with Tanjiro, but like neither does Kanao, bro. Okay, we're at the main point here. Look at this. Okay, who you? This dude, he's he's been through a lot, right? He is he's facing depression sort of thing, or I guess more of an issue with self confidence. He just he doesn't believe in himself, right? And so like he I'll get into that later actually, but like look at this. There's a lot of emotion to this scene because like oh no, Tanjiro's dead, right? And like you know you kind of feel sad because look at him. He put in all this work to defeat Muzan, and it cost him his life. Supposedly, anyways. It cost him his life, right? And so these 3 pages really. When I was first reading this, they hit like a fucking train, even though in hindsight it really doesn't make any sense, but I'll get into that later. So back to this. Look at this. Sorry, I'm scrolling so much. Here we go. Well, see? So he's concerned about Tanjiro and he sees his, I guess you can call that limp body, and look at him. He's broken. He's devastated. Like, if you want to say that he's happy, bro, like, fuck you. Like, I don't know what the fuck what kind of thing, what you're smoking or whatever, but like, he is not happy. He is like, this is just reminding him of like Sabito, his sister, all that. And look at this. Look at that adorable little smile that I frankly feel like it's really stupid to remember, but because like they have 3 scenes together on screen. And anyways, so he feels inadequate for not being able to survive, prevent Tanjiro from dying in Muzan's last ditch attack, and he feels like he gets divine protection or whatever, I guess. And you know, it hits deep, right? You feel sorry, you feel bad for him, and you can sort of cry with him, right? Next chapter, we ignore all that. Let's see. Muzan decides, fuck you, I'm gonna make you a demon so that you can. Jeez. So that you can carry out my will and all that bullshit. And so basically, he he just becomes a demon. And so, like, you know, what I was worried about with this scene, what this whole thing was like, because it ends in like 4 chapters. And so, like, I was like, how are they going to do all this? And then, guess what happens? They just fucking. Okay, there's slightly deep context to this, right? Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Oh, keep going, keep going. My goat, bro. He's my second favorite character behind Yorichi, but I will maybe make a video about him later in, I don't fucking know when, but like at some point in my life I will. Anyway, okay, so part of how Tanjiro becomes a human again is with this drug, you know, this human reversion drug or whatever. What's the word? Demon regression drug. We'll just say that, right? So part of it comes from that, and then like the other thing is like he is sinking into demonhood, and guess what happens? He just says no, like straight up, just no. He wins with the power of fucking friendship, bro. Like, this is not a real character. Like, genuinely, I don't really see any value in him because like there are no stakes with him, no stakes whatsoever. Because every time he is involved in a fight, he has to win. And it really fucking pisses me off. Alright? But look at this. He just. This whole demon thing was so unnecessary. Because all it did was just revive Tanjiro, and that was it. Literally nothing comes out of it. The entire. He doesn't even fucking lose an arm or an eye out of it. Like. So. I don't really have any words, but it is so irritating. Okay, actually, no. He can't see anything out of that eye, which is that's a positive at least, because it means he didn't completely come out of it completely unscathed, right? He just loses an eye, and that's it. That's all there is. What else do I have to say about him? Oh yes, characters, how they interact with him. So, I'm going to be pulling from the. Let's see, I think we should be 52, I think. Around here, right? Here we go. Oh shit. Wait. Butterfly Mansion. What the fuck? Okay. Here we go. As you can see. Holy shit, everyone looks like it. No one here looks anywhere above 13. Well, okay, that's a lie. No one here looks anywhere above the age of 15, we'll say that. Except for Gilmy, of course, but that's mostly just due to the fact that he's 220 centimeters tall, but whatever. Let's see here. Most important character to. Oh my god. At least they evolved as an artist, because this early style was actually killing me. What the fuck is wrong with him? Bro, okay. Alright, let's be serious here. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't care if you're Hashira or whatever. I won't let you hurt anyone hurt my sister, right? And we will come back to that. First, we have to look at Rengoku Kyojiro. If we ever get to see him, that is. Because, like, this is actually very relevant to what I'm going to say. Now then, here we go. Look at this, right? He says, no, let's kill her, because she cannot come back. Well, because he doesn't want to take the risk. And so he thinks that it's best that they kill Nezuko, and then it sorry. And so he says kill Nezuko, and then we don't run the risk of her eating a human. And that's totally fair, right? And look at this. When Kaguya said this, he's like, "Ah, damn, that sucks." And so he doesn't really have anything else to say, right? Mm, let's see. Does he say anything else after this? Oh yes, we'll also get back to Tengen, because well, yeah. Anyways, mm, oh wait, did I miss it? Oh jeez. Here we go. Let's see. Does he say anything about it afterwards? What the fuck is happening here? Anyway, so that's a no. He does not say anything afterwards. Anyways, so my main point is he says, "Let's kill Nezuko," and oh, interesting. Anyways, so he's on the board. He's on the train of "Let's kill Nezuko," and it's out of the way, right? And then guess what? And anyone who hurts my sister, or this can also extend to anyone who wants to hurt my sister, because well, a lot of demons. Well, and anyways, sorry, that was. I'm trying to think of it. Anyway, holy shit, I'm so scatterbrained, and I apologize for that. I can't even blame the time because I got like 10 hours of sleep. No, 8 hours of sleep last night. Anyway, so like he doesn't even like seem to care that at one point. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna stop yapping for a moment. Okay, here we go. What a considerate guy. Excuse me, bro? This is the same dude who, like, 1 month ago said, "Let's kill your sister," and you were very angry about this 1 month ago. Like, you were willing to fight all of them if it meant that Nezuko wouldn't be killed. And now all of a sudden, what a considerate guy. Like, they don't have any on-screen interactions until this very moment. So, like, why does he not raise an eyebrow to... Hold on, let's see. Um... Okay, what the fuck is this? Like, actually, I'm just realizing this now. Because we know that Kyojiro has not seen Tanjiro or Nezuko in a month. And what? Do you not care that he's carrying a demon? Like, you are not worried about this. What is this, bro? This is not a real character either, and I am. I have no idea how I felt even remotely sad for his death when we barely even get to spend any time with his character. We don't see him grow. We don't really see him change at all. He's just, oh, I'm the really strong, nice guy, and all that shit. And how is this a real character? Like, actually. Okay, well, actually, no. That's a bit harsh because, let's see. Because of. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my fucking voice over this shit, bro. Okay, here we go. Okay, so he has, like, some character to him. He wants to prove his father wrong and, become a Hashira because he thinks that's just what he is supposed to do as the eldest son of Shinjiro. Yeah, his name is Shinjiro. That's He thinks that's his responsibility as the eldest son of Shinjiro Rengoku, and so and he wants to encourage Senjiro to do his own thing and find his own role in the Demon Slayer Corps, which I kind of like this moment, but this is like the most depth we'll get to his character like ever, because oh yeah, also he doesn't even question Nezuko like whatsoever. I mean, maybe that's a thing in the anime, but I'm talking about the manga here, so take that as you will. But you've never seen a single one of these. Sorry, that was unnecessary. And I don't really know what this scene is supposed to represent. I think it's their strong intuition as demon as a Hashira, which I mean that's cool and all, but yeah, okay. Alright, let's see. I think Mugen Train is the last time that Tanjiro ever loses. Well, no, not loses. Becomes useless in a fight. Because, like, even in fights where he's not the main highlight or entirely relevant to the fight, he's still basically the reason that they win. Anyways, so let's look at Entertainment District first. 95, I think. No, here we go. Entertainment District. He just awakens this Demon Slayer mark, and there is no build up to this whatsoever. Not a single hint. Which, I mean, that's kind of fair, I suppose, but considering something like this, it's kind of like the Demon Slayer equivalent of, I want to say Super Saiyan, but y'all can harass me in the comments if you think I'm wrong about that. Because it's basically a really big strength boost, and okay, that's like the only similarity actually. But my main point is that it's a huge power up in the verse. It's the most fitting analogy is Super Saiyan, and this is the first time we see it. We don't hear of it. We don't get hints of it. It's just there. Now you can say that like, oh, but like he had that weird mark on his forehead. This thing. Well, okay, that's a terrible example. Where the fuck? Not quite. Not quite. Here we go. Oh, but he had this weird looking scar thing on his face. But like, what does that even mean? Like, actually, because how does it contribute to the buildup of the mark? Because all we know about that thing is it showed up after he got knocked the fuck out in final selection. Nope. Here we go. No, not quite actually. Holy shit. See? So, it's there, right? And like, the weirdest part of it is Sakonji doesn't make mention of this whatsoever. Which is, hold on. Let's see. He has a bandage across his head the whole time. Okay, here we go. And that. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Well, actually, no. I guess that doesn't really matter because. Okay, hold on. Let me just wait a moment. Okay, 15 days later, which means at some point, Sakonji would have seen Tanjiro's new forehead thing. But guess what? He doesn't even fucking mention it. Which means you can't really call it build up to the mark because it's irrelevant. It means nothing. No one comments on it. And it's just there. I don't do I have anything else to rant about actually? I think we were talking about plot armor again. Okay. Well, actually, no. We were talking about how characters are magically influenced by Tanjiro. So we'll get back into that, right? Swordsmith Village. We can look at, I think, Muichiro. He's a. I actually did not enjoy the humor of this episode. It was really annoying. No hate to people who like humor in anime. I also like humor. I like it especially in Bleach because it's so unexpected, but it feels so natural, you know? But in Demon Slayer, that's a whole different story, and that's a whole other video topic, I think. Well, actually, not really, but okay, sure. Let's see. One chapter back. Here we go. So, like, he doesn't like Muichiro because Muichiro doesn't like Kotetsu because Kotetsu doesn't want to give him what he wants. And he insults and belittles Tanjiro. Like, look at this. This dude looks like he will kill Muichiro, right? And all of a sudden, let's see. Should be right here. Okay. This 180, bro. This 180. How is this a real character? Like, he doesn't even seem to. What? Bro. This is the same dude who tried to knock a child unconscious for a specific item that he wanted. And he just doesn't give a fuck anymore? Hello? What are we doing here? Like, actually. Bro, this shit really annoys me. It pisses me off. And, anyways, Muichiro. So, this, in part, this right here, it makes him remember something. And so, like, I don't know why Tanjiro isn't pissed that Muichiro is being so aggressive about waking him up. Like, he doesn't say anything like, "Oh, you could have poked my shoulder" or something. Like, he's not bitter in the slightest. This is not the right chapter. Also not the right chapter. Okay, I think it should be here. Somewhere around here. Oh my god, the pacing is so awful. Holy shit. Okay. Here we go. Like, huh? So he thinks of Tanjiro in his dying moments, or he envisions Tanjiro as his father. Here we go. And so, like, right? I figured out, Tanjiro. My father had the same eyes as you. And so, like, he's motivated by Tanjiro, right? And so I guess that makes a bit of sense. And let's see here. Husher training should be here, right? Huh. Close. Here we go. Like, they're just best friends all of a sudden? Like, hello? Is this a real story? Like, am I being trolled right now? How is this possible? Like, actually. Oh my god, this arc is so much shorter than I remember. Anyways. Like, look at this. This is favoritism, even. I don't know how do you get to this level of, like, closeness with a dude who just happens to have the same eyes as your dad, and you've talked to him, like, 3 times at most. The first time, you flick rocks at his forehead to shut him the fuck up. The second time, he is being, like, a really annoying bitch-ass motherfucker about some random thing that you really want because you want to improve your own skill. And then the third time is to tell him about an enemy. And then this? Are we serious right now? How is this real? I'm gonna make a more analytical video about this at some point, and I'm gonna talk about, like, how Tanjiro just doesn't work as a main character, because this is unbelievable. This is, like, genuinely garbage. This is, like, horse shit. And I think the most fitting comparison would actually be, and I'm probably gonna piss some people off, but Ichigo. And I will get into that when I actually make the fucking video, which could be in, like, 5 months or something. So, with that being said, goodbye, everyone.